Hello! Now, a few years ago, I did a list of my top 5 Christmas songs. This year, we shall have a look at 5 underrated Christmas songs. We will begin with one which got an honourable mention last time round, Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses. Now, I'm including this one as underrated not because it's undervalued or underappreciated, as some of the songs in this list will be. This one, seems to pretty much made it into the canon. It gets a lot of airplay. It gets included on those, now that's what I'll call Christmas compilations. But I keep reading that it's really annoying. People seem to think that this is the most annoying Christmas song ever. It's not. It's not even the most annoying Christmas song of 1982. But I don't think it's annoying at all. I actually think it's rather sweet. It tells a rather heartwarming story. And as I said last time, musically, it's quite fascinating. The bass line in particular is endlessly interesting in the way it kind of wanders off in the second half of the phrase. And of course, that brass hook is in a completely different time signature to the rest of the song. It's not on the beat at all. It's obeying a completely different meter. I'd love to have a look at the sheet music of it, actually, just so I can see how that's transcribed, because I can't quite imagine how that would look. Next, we have Christmas at the Airport by the great Nick Lowe. Nick Lowe released a Christmas album in 2013. It's called Quality Street, because Nick Lowe. And it's got a couple of standards and covers on it, so as far as I know, the only person who has ever released a whole Christmas album entirely consisting of original compositions is still me. And it's 28 tracks long this year. I added 8 extra ones, and it's free. So if you haven't got that for whatever reason, go to mitchben.bandcamp.com, and my Christmas album is up there. You don't have to listen to all of it. It's 28 tracks long. Some of them are funny. Most of them are funny. A couple of them are kind of wistful. But yes, anyway, end of plug for my stuff. Nick Lowe, his Christmas album is called Quality Street, and this is probably the track off it that gets the most airplay. It's got that, weary sense of humour that Nick Lowe is so prized for. I, for one, have never been stuck in an airport at Christmas. I have, however, on at least 3 occasions, been at Newport Pagnell services on the M1 at the moment that the clock struck midnight on New Year's Eve. Because that's showbiz, folks. Next up, we have That'll Be Christmas by Thea Gilmore. This is wonderful. In much the same way as I think the reason I love Merry Christmas Everybody by Slade above all Christmas songs, it's because it's the one which most successfully evokes what Christmas is like when you were little in the 1970s. This has that real kind of slight good-humoured weariness with which one tends to approach Christmas as an adult. And musically it's lovely too. It's got a kind of a George Harrison vibe. Next we have Cashin On Christmas by Bad News. Now, I'll be honest, it was a split decision between this and Christmas with the Devil by Spinal Tap, but Bad News just came in by a nose. Don't get me wrong, the Spinal Tap song is brilliant as well, but also partly because Bad News have been on my mind recently, because Den Dennis, rhythm guitarist of Bad News, aka Nigel Planer, has actually got a solo single out called Axogram. So Bad News are kind of back, which is wonderful. This is great because it's not just a Christmas song, it's not just a funny Christmas song, it's like a very, very vicious parody of Christmas songs. And it's got a really hooky chorus. Okay, coming in at the top we have Must Be Santa by Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan also released a Christmas album in 2009, I think it was, and unusually for Bob, it's all covers and standards. But this is definitely the standout track, and I think it was the single as well. This gets a bit of airplay, but nothing like as much as it deserves. Like I say, song is not an original Bob. It's a similar kind of vintage to Bob. It was written in 1960. It has been covered by many people over the years, including apparently Tommy Steele. Must seek that version out. But Bob's version is wonderful. It's like this berserk drunken polka. It sounds like somebody slipped Tom Waits' band a hell of a lot of speed. Or possibly the Pogues on a bender in Prague. But it's fantastic. It really is. It's insanely vivacious and in its own way genuinely very funny. So there you go, some underrated Christmas songs. You might not be familiar with some of those. Do go and check them out, and go and check out my Christmas album as well. It's free. In the meantime, MX and HNY.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, please hit like and share. If you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe. And if you'd like to help me make more, please visit patreon.com/mitchben.